When I was in high school, I was thinking about two things: women and cars. I was never really any good with the ladies, so I put my interest in cars. Specifically this one. This was my first car, and it certainly wouldn't be the last. And just like everything else in my life, nothing was handed to me for free. It took a lot of work. Senior year of high school, I took a photo with this car. It was for my graduation, and today, I'm going to replicate that same photo, 13 years later, in the same car. We know we're shit. Yeah. Thanks for watching The Daily Drift. So guys, if you haven't guessed already, today's going to be a very special episode. I'm getting the Camaro started again, and we're going to go try to recreate this photo from back when I was 17. Yes, this is that same car. And we're going to go to that same exact location, and I'm going to try to replicate it. I don't have that shirt anymore because it doesn't fit anymore. That's what we're going to do. So first things first, we got to get this thing running, because right now it's dead. Right now this battery is so dead that there's nothing. Like, there's no volts. So we're going to fix that. Yep, that's right. My hood struts still work. She's a little old. She's seen better days. Let's see what happens. Look at that. Might not be perfect, but she's running. Not perfectly, but it's working. So I'm gonna let this baby warm up a bit, and then we're gonna go over to where I did the original shots back when I was 17. For those of you that don't know, that was almost 14 years ago. So, yeah. She's running kind of shitty, but it's old gas. Hopefully the seafoam will fix that. Let's get to it. Okay, let's hit the road. See just how this thing does. It's kind of running like dirt right now, but it's been sitting for over a year. I'm surprised it even started, to be honest. So let's try to get there. No tickets, no breakdowns. Wish me luck. Okay, my clutch is definitely slipping. That's something new. Oh man, this is just like high school for me. I can't even this is literally my high school car. I haven't driven this thing in over a year. Man, so many memories. Let's blow some carbon out. Maybe 305, but damn, that thing's fun. I will say one of the craziest parts about driving this car is driving it through the same roads and streets that I did back when I was in high school. Like, when I see this car going down the highway and I look over the hood louvers, all I see is me at 17, and the craziest thing I was thinking about at the time was girls, girls, girls. It's just so crazy how much things change. What I thought was important back then is significantly not important now. And it's just amazing how much times change. And that's the thing that I love about these cars, is that even though the times change and lives change, these cars stay exactly the same. I think all I need now is a mullet, maybe some cut-off t-shirts, maybe some Metallica, and I'll be set. So I just discovered the CD player still has a CD in it that I made back when I was in high school. Can you believe that? What the hell? That is awesome. Okay, so I made it out here. The only thing is, I can't remember exactly where this car was parked. And I'm going to have to go take a look and see if I can get it lined up as best as I can. But we're going to try to recreate this as best as we can from 13 years ago. So let's see how it goes. Wouldn't be the same without my buff.
So I was standing something along these lines. It's probably windy and you can't hear, but it's something like this. So I'm gonna grab the other lens.
Is this thing recording?
Alright, let's just try to get this shot before somebody comes and stops us. I think this is gonna be pretty close. It's obviously not gonna be the same, but we're just gonna get what we can.
On my own, and I don't know why. She told me it's not your fault, but you don't realize that I never wonder what's the truth in your eyes. There's a light that makes me blush. I won't look back when you're alone. I won't think twice when you're gone. Don't hesitate to pull me back.
I think that's pretty good, yeah? Alright, let's get out of here. Let's get the hell out of here before they come and say something, because I'm not technically supposed to be here. Thank you, Jesus. She started. Alright, let's get out of here. So what's amazing to me about this whole thing, it's just crazy because I remember going to that exact same location when I was 17. I remember the day I was doing it because I didn't want to get the pictures done because, well, my mom was making me do it because she was like, I want these pictures for graduation, and I just remember not wanting to do them. And now I look back at it and it's like such a crazy moment. Something so simple, it was just like right before graduation, like that was the point in my life where I realized that I was no longer going to be a kid and life was coming at me really fast. And it's really cool to like go to that same spot now that I'm 30, now that like I've lived my life a lot more, I've spent time as an adult, I've made mistakes, you know, I've done a lot of things, and it was just cool to go back to there at the same time, dealing with the same things, and just seeing like how much I've changed from when I was 17. Not all of it's good, but not all of it's bad either. It just is what it is. You know, one thing that's really crazy about this car is that it has all of the memories of all of my mistakes. You know, I remember when I was driving this car when I was in high school, and I thought I was being all cool, and I was backing into the spot, and it was at a Sonic. And I remember I had my friends with me and everything, and I go to back up, and as I go to back up, there's this big thing that's sticking up like a sewage drain, right? Well, I didn't see it. And I backed right into it, rubbed the paint right off the side of the car. It's still missing. Like, I still have those scars there on this car. And it's crazy, like when it was repainted, I remember the hood, it had these little like lines and cracks from where the paint wasn't right. And it just, you know, those lines and cracks have always been there, and they're still there. And like there's spots where people drop stuff, you know, it's sitting somewhere, someone rubs their bike up against it. You know, it's not perfect, but each and every one of those things reminds me of a memory. Like, even when I get in this car, it brings back memories to me of high school and, like, when I was younger, you know, and I remember all of those things, and they all just come flooding back because it still smells exactly the same. From the freaking CB radio to my freaking graduation tassel. I mean, this thing's like, I mean, you can see right there, it says 06 on it. Yeah, like, it's just crazy. You know, same thing with this radio. It was the first radio I ever installed in a car. This car taught me a lot, and a lot of the things that I know today are because of this car. This was the car that got me into cars. You know, I saved up for years just to buy this car. I was working as a bagger at a commissary on base back when, like, as soon as I turned 16 and I was old enough to work, I went and did it. And so I saved up every little penny, every nickel, every dime, until eventually I had enough money to buy a car. So I ended up going and looking at a 1975 Camaro. It was a total rat's nest. I mean, it was just beat to shit. It was in this little like storage area. And then the crazy part was, as we were leaving, after I got done test driving that one, I looked down this alleyway of these storage units and I see this car parked outside, and I'm like, oh, that's nice. And so we go up there and we go talk to the guy. And we're like, hey, so how much you want for your Camaro? He goes, it's not for sale. I said, how much you want for your Camaro? needless to say, eventually we came to a deal, and I became the proud owner of this 87 Camaro. And I've just had it ever since then. I just couldn't get rid of it. Even when I was in the military, we always managed to keep this thing either stored or we kept it, somebody kept an eye on it. And yeah, I mean, it's been in my family for 13, almost 14 years now. Yeah, so if you didn't know, that's the story of my 1987 Camaro. I just don't drive it enough, and I really need to. Well, guys, we made it in one piece. And for a car that's, well, it's older than I am. It's 31, 32 years old. It's not doing half bad. And mind you, this whole thing was done with it being dirty. I mean, I didn't clean this thing one bit. It definitely needs some cleaning. I've definitely been neglecting her. But luckily, we got it running again. And I got to take a pretty crazy photo. I hope it turned out good. I don't know yet, but hopefully it's close. I don't know. Let's go take a look at what we got. All right, everybody. So these pictures turned out really good. I had like 100 of them that I took. We had like 5 minutes to do it. And I think I found the best one. Touched it up a little bit with Photoshop because, you know, it wasn't exactly 100% perfect conditions. And I know it's not 100% the same as the one that I took before. Actually, I didn't take it. It was a professional that took it. But you be the judge. I think we came up with something pretty amazing here. Yeah, it's amazing what a little bit of Photoshop can do. So there's not really much more for me to say about Amy. That's the name of the car. I don't think I mentioned it already. So I just wanted to kind of put this together just to kind of give you an idea of what she was about. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm glad that you guys made it this far. If you did, you're a real MVP. If you did make it this far, put down in the comments something like Amy's the best or something related to Amy. Just so I know. I'm kind of curious who makes it this far. But that's about it, guys. That's pretty much all I have. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm going to leave you with this.
13 years ago, I found something that most people take for granted. I found a passion for something that would last a lifetime. Cars have forever changed my life, and I am thankful that I found this one. This car taught me the value of patience and a whole new list of curse words. Whatever roads my future takes me on, I will always remember the roads we traveled together, whether they be smooth or rough. I will love you always and forever, Amy.
So this is the notorious nut that I had no idea about. Basically, it's just a nut with a hole drilled through it, and then we're going to run some safety wire through it.
Be sure to tune in next time when we work on fixing the W.